Hello, and welcome back to Tristan's Cozy Corner. Today is day 7 of the Diamine Inkvent calendar, and today's ink is a light pink called Blush, and it is a standard ink, and it does show some intense shading depending on how wet you leave it on the paper. There were several papers that I had to blot up because it was just a little bit too wet for those papers, so I'll go through that. Let's get to the swatches. So the first one, we've got the Hobonichi paper. And Hobonichi, I did not have to blot. It did dry decently fast there, but there's no bleed through, but some ghosting. Then we have the Traveler's Notebook. I did not have to blot this one. There's no bleed through, but there is some ghosting. Then we have the the Dominant Industry ink archiving book, and this one has some, obviously, the shading there, and it did not bleed through, thankfully, but I did have to blot it because it was sitting there for way too long, and it wouldn't dry on for me. So this is the Leuchtturm notebook, and we did have the bleed through, so I did make this one a little bit drier because I knew that this one does bleed through generally. My Rhodia notebook here, I did have to blot that one because that one was also pretty wet, and it did start to bleed through just a little bit there, but so I had blotted that one. Then we have the Maruman Nemesis paper. This one was okay, but I knew that there was some bleed through, and so I did make this one a little bit wetter, but it still did bleed through. Here we have the Magic of Eye notebook. This one I didn't make too wet, and I did notice for the first time I can see some bleed through coming over here by my thumb, so that paper is a little bit on the thinner side. And then here we have my Passion Planner, and this one was okay. There's maybe just a little bit of bleed through for that one. And here we have the Clairefontaine notepad. This one definitely has that shading, and no bleed through, at least on this one, just some of the ghosting. And then we have the Midori paper here. And this one I did have to dry as well. You can kind of see the white in the middle where the ink didn't get a chance to fully adhere. But it did not bleed through. We just have some of the ghosting for that one. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the examples today of all the papers, and I hope everyone stays cozy.